Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. We all know apparel is the product we wear for functional, aesthetic, and fashion purposes. Have you ever thought about how they are made? What kind of technologies are used to make your clothes? What are those factories? Where are those factories located? In this video, I will be presenting the findings of the research entitled Technology Adoption in the Apparel Industry of Bangladesh, a qualitative study. Now the question comes, why the technology adoption in the apparel industry is important and why Bangladesh? So it is understandable that the technological advancement is reshaping the global structure of the apparel industry. For example, the apparel industry in industrialized and developed countries has technology-intensive activities along with their knowledge support system and the research and development. However, the apparel industry in most developing countries is still focusing on simple, repetitive, and labor-intensive operations. And this is why the adoption of technology is very important in the apparel industry. The existing literature suggests that the technology adoption and the implementation of innovation can bring an economically suitable as well as realistic solution to the developing countries as well. Now the question is why Bangladesh? There is a common saying that you will never find a closet or wardrobe in any household in the United States that has no clothing products made in Bangladesh. So it means that you will never find you will find at least one made in Bangladesh garment in your wardrobe because Bangladesh is the second largest manufacturer and exporter of apparel products in the world. So in this video, we'll be talking about our research purpose, methods and findings, and the implications as well. So starting with the purpose, we read a lot about the technology and the adoption of technologies in apparel industries, but have we ever thought about how the CEOs, how the executive directors or the owners of an apparel factory think about the technology adoption? Our study is focusing on this perspective. The purpose of this study is to understand why the top management of the apparel industries of Bangladesh adopts newer technologies in their factories. And this study also intends to understand the technological adoption-related behaviors, factors, and influences perceived by the top industry professionals in the apparel industry of Bangladesh. This study employed a qualitative approach and used semi-structured, in-depth interviews as data collection tool. A total of 8 Bangladeshi apparel factories are selected, maintaining a good mix of large, medium, and small factories, and all the respondents are the CEOs, directors, and the owners. We asked the respondents that, what kind of benefits do you expect from adopting a new technology? What are the factors influencing you to adopt a specific technology with examples? We did a thematic analysis of the interview data and we structured the findings according to the technology, organization, and environmental framework. In the context of technology, the respondents said that adoption of some technology depends on some other technologies as well, and some industrial limitations are also there, and those are the significant factors of technology adoption in the apparel industry. And all the executive CEOs consider the productivity, efficiency, quality consistency, cost reduction, human involvement reduction, and flexibility as the most important perceived benefits when adopting the technologies. They also talked about the initial investment costs of adoption of technology is sometimes very high, and smaller and the medium-sized factories are more concerned and cautious about the adoption of high-end technologies. They also talked about the availability of the ready workforce. Those are important for operating the newer technologies in their factories, and it is another concern of the top management. And they only buy the technologies from those kind of technology suppliers who provide the training for the workers. Let's talk about the organizational context. The findings suggest that the relatively smaller factories in terms of yearly turnover and number of employees are the laggard or the late majority in technology adoption and tend to wait and observe other factories around their network to see whether others are satisfied with their specific technology or not. Some factories try to maintain the status quo regarding what type of products they are producing. So being the manufacturer of a smaller kind of or similar kind of products with similar operations, these kind of factories adopt technologies in order to improve the efficiency, productivity, and product quality. Another type of factory seeks more like both the opportunities of manufacturing newer kinds of products and expand the range of the product categories by adopting the newer technologies. The CEOs also say that if the financial ability of the industry is higher, then the adoption rate of the technology might be higher. Let's talk about the environmental context of technology adoption in the Bangladesh. So all the participants agreed that the brands, retailers, buyers always have some direct and indirect influence on the adoption of new technologies. And yes, there are always pressures from the local and global competitors as well. Some government policy related pressures are also there, like the salary review policies, the economic and policy support from the government, and the creation of government fund for the technology upgradation are the main concerns of the top management of the apparel factories in Bangladesh. The most important findings of this study may be the factories believe that the technologies they are adopting actually now should enable themselves to meet the sustainability related goals, at least to some extent. So, as the prices offered by the buyers and the brands are getting lower season by season, the pressures on enhancing the efficiency of the factories is going high, and altogether the earning of the factories is getting less day by day. So adoption of some appropriate technologies can bring a solution for achieving the higher efficiency, productivity, and product quality as well. Let's come to the implications of this study. This study will help the stakeholders in formulating the technology policy at the industry level. So understanding the apparel industry's technology-related behavior adds insights to the global knowledge domain of technology diffusion and transfer. So thank you for watching this video. And if you have any question, you can send us in our email. Thank you for watching.